There's a famous 3-word passage in the Bible that simply reads, God hates divorce. Now, that's a verse that has been grabbed out of context and used to keep people trapped in really harmful relationships. In fact, I know many women at our church who have had that verse wielded against them and pushed by pastors or clergy to stay in abusive marriages. But what if that's not what that verse means at all? What if we understood it actually in context? And I think that when we do, we see that every single prohibition against divorce in the scriptures are given to men, never to women. And that's because in the patriarchal culture of the Bible, only men could initiate divorce. Women didn't have a choice. And so God is encouraging men to make sure that they take care of the women that they have chosen to spend their lives with. We live in a very different time and place and culture. So ripping that verse out of context and using it to do the opposite of what God wants, which is actually to keep people in harmful relationships, is a really bad way to read the Bible. But there are much better ways to interpret a text like that, which is to hear God's heart for the vulnerable in our society. God wanted to make sure that women were not kicked to the curb, because a lot of times when they were divorced in the biblical times, they had to resort to prostitution or even just begging on the streets. And God doesn't want that for anyone. And so God's heart through that text is revealed as a God who cares deeply about those who are on the margins or who are vulnerable in society. And I think that heart carries forward to say, if somebody is trapped in a harmful marriage, we should move to help them get out, get help, and to be able to thrive in relationships moving forward. There really are better ways to read the Bible.